everybody! I'm here today to tell you how to detect a lie. I'll be going over a super easy method that you can use to detect when someone is lying. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. So basically, you're going to be looking for physical signs that show emotional cues that someone isn't telling the truth. You can't read someone's emotions because we don't know what they're feeling inside. But when they have emotions, they actually show it in their physical cues. So we're looking for those physical cues. So here are 6 things that you can do to detect a lie. Number 1, listen for vagueness. If when they're speaking, all that you're thinking is, wow, this story is very vague, it's likely because they're fabricating the entire story, or at least part of it. When someone is lying, they offer very few details because they don't exactly know the details. Okay? Now there's also the opposite, where someone will offer every tiny little detail, but then, and they couldn't be lying, but because they're making up the details, but then you'll be able to spot it later with another method that I'm going to tell you about. So stay tuned, because even if they're telling you every detail and they're making up all the details, you can still use another method to detect the lie. Number 2 is if someone is repeating questions before answering. So if you ask them, what color was the person's hair? And they say, oh, so what color was the person's hair? The person's hair was blonde. If they're repeating the question, it's because they're trying to think about fabricating the answer, right? If you ask them a question and they know the answer, they're going to say the answer. If they repeat the question, they're buying time to fabricate the answer. Number 3, they speak in fragmented sentences. So if they speak in sentences that are like, so like, the person's hair was actually a blonde color. If they said it like that, because they're making it up. It doesn't make any sense. No one speaks like that. But they do speak like that when they're making it up, right? Number 4, if they actually touch their hair and their lips or even their neck area, that is a huge sign of fatigue in the brain. And I'll tell you why. When someone is lying, it actually fatigues their brain, the specific recollection portion. It fatigues it when they're making up a lie. So if they are touching their lips, touching their hair, or even touching their neck, that's a huge sign that their brain is tired because of making up the lies. Now, yes, their brain could be tired with other things. That's why you look for multiple of these symptoms together. Okay? Number 5, and this one is super important. If you ask them to reverse the story, they're unable to reverse it. This is like a huge telltale sign. If someone is telling the truth, they will have no problem telling the story forwards and then backwards. Yes, when they tell the story backwards, it might take a little bit more time than telling the story forwards, but they'll still be able to tell it backwards easily, fairly easily. If they can't tell it in reverse in the right order, then that's a massive sign that they're lying, okay? Number 6 is your gut instinct. Now, your brain has these subconscious cues that it looks for to spot when something is wrong, right? We know when someone isn't feeling okay. Even if they say they're fine, we know when they're feeling weird, right? That's why we say, like, are you okay? Is everything okay? We know. So it's the same thing with lying, and that's because people will overcompensate for lying. So that's it. I mean, you're going to look for those 6 things. And like I said, number 6 with your gut instinct, just to clarify. Look for those 6 things and you'll be able to detect a lie much easier and better than ever before. This is a super easy method that you should look for. And like I said, when I said about number 1, offering too many details, like very vague, but the opposite is when they give all these fabricated details, they'll be unable to reverse the story or repeat the same story with the same details, okay? That's how you can detect the lie if they offer too many details. When you ask them to reverse it, they won't be able to do it at all. The more details they offer, the harder that it is to reverse. And that's it. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.